on Daytime Buffalo, we continue to celebrate the women of Western New York with Alice Ever After Books. And we learn about the Berardi immigration law firm and how they are spreading positivity in our community. It's all coming up right now on Daytime Buffalo. Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to Daytime Buffalo. I'm your host, Chelsea Lavelle. Well, it's International Women's Day. That was over the weekend, so we're bringing in some women-owned businesses to celebrate inclusion in our community, and I'm joined now by Meg Howie, owner of Alice Ever After Books. Welcome, Meg. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Let's talk about Ever After Books. About Alice Ever After Books.
Sorry, it's a mouthful. That's
how you got started.
Yeah, sure. So I was an educator for 15 years before I did this, always with a passion for children's literature, regardless of what grade I taught. I was bringing picture books and kids' books in. The library was always a central focus of my classroom, and I dreamt of someday opening a children's bookstore. So it was really the pandemic that got me. I was living in Boston, Massachusetts. We moved back home to Buffalo during the pandemic, and I saw that there wasn't a children's bookstore in Buffalo, so I thought now's the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is literacy, especially with a focus on youth, so important for you?
Yeah, I mean, I have a kiddo of my own. He's 6.5 years old, and just seeing his curiosity about stories and his love and willingness to listen to stories and knowing how important it is to capture that as young as you can. I mean, we have seen literacy rates dropping the older kids get, and especially since the pandemic. So, you know, finding a book that kids love and getting them hooked and engaged and knowing that stories are powerful and they can see themselves in a book too.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. Let's talk about your location and what makes it so special.
Yes, it is. I often tell when I do classroom visits, I say, okay, my next door neighbors are furry and they have feathers and they sometimes roar. We are located right across from the Buffalo Zoo, which is ideal. And we have a coffee shop on our block and a cupcake shop on our block. We've been increasing the amount of events that we do with the zoo, so it's really a sweet location right in Parkside.
Nice. Okay. I'm sure for families that take their kids to the zoo, they can stop by and continue the day of exploration.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you've made your shop not just a place to go in and get a book. It's really a place to hang out and enjoy, right?
Yes, a community space is really at the heart of what we do. We have book clubs for all ages. We're starting a new one this spring, a teen book club for after school, for teens to come over after they get out of high school. We have book clubs that walk around Delaware Park. We're right across from Delaware Park, so sometimes we get out and go for a walk and talk about books. And we had Irish step dancers there this weekend. We had a story time at the zoo this weekend. We work with Gliss on book clubs. We have a whole lot of options for events and a place for people to come and meet.
That's right, and you have collections of books for all ages, right?
We do,
Not
yes.
just the kids.
Yeah, my specialty really is children's book, and that's my passion. But kids need somebody to buy the books for them.
Right.
So when they come in with their grown-ups, we like to have a little selection for them as well. And we are also expanding our what's traditionally known as a young adult section. We've rebranded it as Smells Like Teen Spirit. And so we want anybody who has teen spirit to be able to shop from those shelves as well.
I love that. Okay. I know that for you, Meg, empowering your community and other local businesses is really important to your mission as well, right?
Yes, we do that in so many ways. We work with the local bookstores of Buffalo. We actually have our third annual bookstore passport program coming up in April. And also the businesses on our block in Parkside are all women-owned businesses. And we work together for all sorts of different events. And we support each other. When one of us has a sick kiddo, the other one will run down and leave a note on the door saying, running late, we'll be here. So it really does take a whole community to get it going.
Yeah, truly, it does already. What does it mean for you to be a woman in business?
Yeah, that's a great question, and one I'm constantly learning every day. I mean, I think it goes everything from, you know, there are moments where I have a call from the school nurse and I have to pick up my kiddo, and so do I close the store for 15 minutes and run and do it? And I'm constantly balancing what is good for our community, what is good for our business, what is good for me as a person. it's a joyful and complicated process. Yeah.
I think balance was the key word.
Yes, and I don't know that I have achieved it yet, but it is always the goal. I have a fantastic team of folks who work with me at the shop. There's 5 of us all together, Tori, Alex, River, and Trish. We cross multiple generations and lots of different interests, and really as a team, we work together to make sure everybody's doing their best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're finally starting to get a break in the weather, and you're in such a walkable part of our community. Is this time of year really peak for you?
Yeah, we actually saw this past weekend the people came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I think, folks are going to go to the zoo. They want to be walking in the park and get some fresh air. All of the sports happen right in Delaware Park, so all the soccer and baseball games that happen over there. There's rugby that happens over there once the weather gets warmer. So we're really close to that, and we're really glad for that proximity. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned a focus of yours is to not only have books for children, but making sure the children that come are feeling seen by the books, represented in these books. So tell us about some of the books you brought in today, and they're just a sample of
Yes, so I did bring some books off our Women's History Month display. We're always featuring books with whatever is going on. So Amanda Gorman, who we all know and love, has a new book called Girls on the Rise. We love that. I have a couple of other picture books. We like to really find unique books that maybe it's a story you haven't heard. We've got Ping Pong Shabbat, the true story of a ping pong champion. We have Yasmin Lari, who's Pakistan's first woman architect.
Wow.
Of course, we have Taylor Swift, and this little golden book, as well as the Oprah Golden Book, are written by local authors. So that's
cool.
Extra bonus. Yep. And then we have, these are my big girl pants from our grown-up section. That was actually one of our bookseller Tori's favorite books of the month. We have Jordan's new book that just came out, and then of course I Am Sally Ride. This is a series of picture book biographies, and that's the latest one that just recently came out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Meg, you just bring something so fresh and new to the Western New York community, and empowering our youth to find literacy is going to make an impact on the rest of their lives. So thank you for what you do, and thanks for letting us celebrate you.
Thank you so much.
Viewers, if you would like to learn more about everything they have in store, you can visit the shop on Parkside Avenue across from the Buffalo Zoo, or their website, AliceEverAfterBooks.com. Thanks again for coming in, Meg.
Thank you.
You're welcome.